All right, let's talk about the Mardu Horde. Now, at the start, I'm going to give a disclaimer with each of these. Khans of Tarkir timeline did not happen. So the Mardu that we have today is based on the original Fate Reforged clan, not the version we saw in Khans of Tarkir. So as Tarkir is sort of a pastiche of Pan-Asian cultures, the Mardu most heavily represent like the steppe peoples of Central Asia, specifically like the Mongols. They have as their symbol the wings of a dragon because they are all about speed, about hitting fast in raids, taking what they need and going. We don't get a lot of definition to their culture at this point. We just know that they have a sort of strict but harsh code that goes into their raids. They're primarily made up of humans, orcs, and goblins. And a big part of their culture is earning a war name for deeds in battle. The Khan at this time frame was a young woman named Alesha who won her war name. She is a trans woman who took the name of her grandmother for herself after earning it. They were at war with the brood of the dragon Kolagon. And they were a nomadic people. They had semi-permanent encampments that they could break down and move at a moment's notice, or that they would return to after a successful raid. During the Khan fall, after the dragon storms had blown out of control, Alesha created a sort of truce between her clan and the dragon lord Kolagon. Namely, Kolagon dared them to keep up. This saved her people, but it did remove the white from their color identity. A lot of the bonds of community got left behind over the millennia that they spent trying to keep up with the dragons. And the dragons were not kind to them. One of the higher position in the clan under the Dragon Lord is the Bell Striker, who basically alerts everyone when the dragons are on the move for them to all pack up and leave. The Mardu unified after the Phyrexian invasion and rebelled against Kolagon, and started rebuilding a lot of the bonds of community that they had had before the Dragon Lords. The former Bell Striker Zergo has become their new Khan, as he has beefed up in the last 5 years. They've also been better defined as a people. Their coming-of-age ceremony is now called the Lightning Proving, and all of their warriors are generally skilled in some other useful trade to their society. So, for instance, a warrior might be a beastmaster or a weaver or something else when they're not actively in a raiding party. They're still nomadic and break into a smaller group called Dolkovans. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly or if it's a real-world word or not. Since their original code was lost, they've created a new one. The Decree of Thunder states that loyalty is earned, community is strength, and victory is survival. There's a lot of cool stuff in their culture, and if you want to read more, check out the Planeswalker's Guide to Dragonstorm Part 2.